guys, it's Deb here with Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for subscribing and supporting me. And I hope you guys are having a great day today. So today we're using the 3/4 Designs Christmas Magic Collection, which is in the scrapbook kit from Jolie. This is the November scrapbook kit paper that we're using this month, and it is so pretty. If y'all haven't seen it, I will leave the link to the release down below for you. And oh my gosh, this paper is so pretty. So we're going to be using these two sheets. I am going to go ahead, I'm going to fussy cut this out, and then we're going to be using this scrap piece since I already have it cut out. And yes, I'm super excited, you guys. We're going to be doing a busted canvas. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the canvases that I'm using are 10 by 10. And so to start off with, I'm placing glue, and I'm just using my regular art glitter glue. And you can use Mod Podge if you want. I've seen a lot of people use Mod Podge, but I thought that I wanted to try the glue and see if that would work. And it does work. I would cut your paper just a little bit bigger. The inside of this I measured, and it was 6 7/8 by 6 7/8. So I did cut my paper according to that, but I would go over just a smidge, like maybe 7 1/4 or maybe 7 1/8, just to give it a little bit of more paper on the edges, and then put it inside of your canvas. And then you want to go ahead and burnish the paper in that you lay down inside. You want to burnish that down really good. Okay, next, this is the same canvas, but this is on the front side, okay? You want to go ahead and put your paint down and just go ahead and paint the entire canvas. You want to paint the front and the sides, and I just, kept painting until I got to the color that I wanted. This paint is actually the Paint Couture paint that was in one of the mixed media kits, and this is the Amazon color. I know I've been using this color a lot, but it is so perfect for Christmas, and it matches this paper collection perfectly. This green is just one of my favorites, and now that I used it on this canvas, I'm getting a little low, so I think I might have to go out and buy some more. So this color is just one of my favorites, and I love the fact that it has like that gold tinge to it, so it kind of makes it shiny, but not too shiny. It doesn't like overpower anything. So after you get your area painted and the sides painted, you want to go ahead and let this dry. Next, I went ahead and cut down a scrap piece of paper that I used on a previous project, and I really liked those little Christmas balls. They're so pretty. And so I went ahead and stuck that inside here. Now I was having a little bit of problem because I did cut the paper a little bit bigger than the hole. So I wanted it to fit like inside of there with enough room. So it would kind of, like I had told you before, you want to cut it just a smidge larger than that hole. So I cut it at like 7 1/4 inches, so maybe 7 1/8 or something. You'll have to measure the inside of your canvas in order to really know, how large you want your paper, okay? Because your canvas may be larger or smaller than mine. So next, what I did is I grabbed my paint and I went ahead and painted the inside of the wood that is in the canvas. Now you can go ahead and do both of them at the same time, because we're going to put both of these canvases together. Okay, one is going to be the background and the other one is going to be cut into the busted canvas part. Okay, so I'm so excited, you guys. So this turns out so great. I hope y'all like it. Now, I did learn a few things through here, and sometimes, even though the canvas says it's the same size, if you're doing like what I'm doing, getting two canvases and putting them together. One might be a little bit larger than the other, so you might have like some little canvas, the inside canvas showing. And later on, what I do is I cut that off, the inside, the flaps of that canvas that's on the wood that's not stapled down. I go ahead and cut that off and then paint around that as well. And then you'll want to set that aside to dry. After I was done painting everything, I went ahead and grabbed my two papers that I was going to cut out the images from. And I love this tin soldier. Oh my gosh, I absolutely am in love with this paper because the graphics are just so gorgeous on it. And that train, I had to have the train. So I went ahead and cut that out as well. And so I just fussy cut around it. And as you can see, I didn't like get really close to the edges. I kind of left a little bit of a border on it and just tried to cut out the best way I could. And so yeah, so I cut out the train and the tin soldier. Now for this next part, this is where we're going to take the other canvas that this is going to be our top. This is going to be the busted part of the canvas. Okay, this is where we cut everything. I went ahead and drew a line down, vertical and horizontal from each other. And then I went ahead and cut those out. To not scratch your place, your crafty area or whatever, because you're using an X-Acto knife when you cut this, use some sort of a cutting board or something like that. And that's what I did. I went down to the Dollar Tree and I have another cutting board that I use, but I did cut a old craft mat. I cut it down to make this other little pink piece that I usually cut on. And so anyway, so now you do have to press pretty hard. Now, I don't know if that was just my canvas, it was just really thick, or if other canvases are like this, but this was really hard. I mean, I had to really press down hard to cut this open. So yeah, so this is how we're going to do this. Now, my original thought for this canvas was just to have a 4 square canvas, where it would like fold open. But because it didn't give me enough room, and you'll see here in a minute, once we get this done, it doesn't really expand very far. So I went ahead and decided to cut those 4 flaps into halves. So yeah, and then I went ahead and manipulated everything. So you do want to go ahead and curl your flaps inward. Okay, now if you have any little stragglers, like I had some strings sticking out and stuff, just cut those off. You're not going to mess up anything. It's not like you're going to put this back together. So you're just going to go ahead and cut those off. Now, here is where I was like, kind of like, okay, well, this isn't big enough of really what I wanted. So I kind of realized the space was too small. So I decided to go ahead and just grab my large scissors, and we're going to cut these flaps, okay? And that will give me extra, it'll make it roomier, so you'll be able to see the entire window area. And I was a little nervous because this is my first busted canvas and I'm just kind of, I did see some videos on how to do these, so I was like, and I've been seeing everyone make these, and so I was like really curious and I've been wanting to try it, and I'm glad I did because this was so fun. And y'all, I will be making more of these for sure because these are just super nice. I mean, they're just so cool. And they would make a great presents, like something for somebody. I even thought that how cool would that be to put, maybe some photos inside of this. but you can definitely make these, unique and make them your own. So here I'm manipulating all of the little flaps that we cut, and I'm just going to go ahead and bend them all back. And I'm also cutting the little straggly pieces as I'm working down. So that's what it's going to look like. And then I went ahead and grabbed some ink and I went ahead and inked the edges. I didn't like the white showing so much, so I just went ahead, grabbed my ink and inked the edges with the green ink that I had in my stash, and it just went along every single edge there. So I was really excited to try this. Again, this is my first one. So if you've made one already and you know probably the mistakes that I'm making, but again, it was through, I guess, trial and error. And so here I had my hot glue. And what I was doing is, that canvas that's not stapled down, I went ahead and I was gluing part of that down. I do cut some of that off because, as I had said earlier, you'll see some of that white canvas kind of sticking out on the sides, and I didn't like that, so I went ahead and cut it away. Um, and then here is the hot glue. Now, I do have to say, I did watch one of the videos, and the lady did say, your hot glue doesn't stick very well. So, take it, let it dry. It does take some time for it to dry because it wants to pull away, I think because of the paint. Okay. And or maybe the also the canvas. I'm not quite sure. So I it did pull away some. Now the other two stuck down really well, but this one, these two where I'm working wanted to just pull away consistently. Like they just did not want to stick down at all. So I was sitting here thinking, and I thought, what else would work besides hot glue? And I have to say, I came up with something a little bit easier, I think. So let's go ahead and, we're going to grab some of our glue dots and we're going to go ahead and stick our glue dots on here. So now I'm getting my glue dots and I'm sticking them on the canvas, the flaps. Now, when you do your glue, you want to make sure that you're doing it on that little tip of your flap, okay? And if your hot glue works, I am like, just use that then. If it works and it's not pulling away and it's holding down, great. Mine did not do that. I don't know why it kept pulling out, but it just did. And so the glue dots seem to hold a lot better than the hot glue. I don't know why, but it did. And it seemed like they just stayed down. So I went ahead and used, now, I used one at first, but I have to say, using two is a lot better. So I did have one that was, just kind of giving me a little bit of a trouble, and it kept pulling off. And so I put two down, and it seemed like it worked a lot better. So definitely when if you're curling yours under like I am, you definitely want to use two glue dots, okay? And I was really surprised that it worked, so I was like super happy with it. So okay, so the next thing, so see here, this is where I was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and decorate, and you'll see here in a bit, I do cut off that excess canvas that's around the edges there. I cut that off. It's not where the staples are. You want to cut above the staples and then paint around that area as well. So here I'm just putting some foam tape on the back of my image, and I'm going to go ahead and then we're going to decorate. We're almost done, you guys. Okay, so then I grab my little tin soldier and my train, and I kind of piece them together in the background there where the train is kind of overlapping the tin soldier. And oh my gosh, so I just love that train. And so here I'm just taking off the backing of all of the tape that I put on there. And it takes me a while because I put a lot of foam tape on there. I wanted him to really stick up, and I actually wanted to put another layer of foam tape on there, but I decided not to. I just said, you know what, this is good. And you'll see here in a bit, when we stick these two canvases together, it creates kind of like this 3D effect. And then you will be able to build on top of that little platform and stick other little things on there. And I just think that that is so cute. So it's kind of like we're building a collage. And I just think that this turned out so beautiful. Now, if you want to stick lights in here, you can. I didn't think about that till after I glued everything in, and I thought, oh, I should have stuck lights in there. But you know what? We're going to be doing another one, I think. And so maybe we'll stick some lights inside of that one. Now you can see here, see the edge of my canvas. You can see the edge where I cut away some of that excess canvas part, and I just went ahead and painted the edges there. And I went ahead and just kind of let that dry. It dried really quick. And so, and then now I'm just decorating the inside of it. And y'all can decorate however you want to do your decorations. You know, you don't have to, if you have this collection, you may want to do it like this, but you can do however you'd like. There's a sweet angel in the paper collection and some other Santa house and all kinds of different things. So, so pretty. So here I decided, since the glue dots worked so well, I decided to go ahead and use my double back tape, and I burnished it down like really, really good. So because the glue wasn't working well, I didn't want to like try it and then have it not work, and then I would have to, you know, peel away all of the glue from the edges, and I didn't want to have to do that. So I decided to just go ahead and do the tape. And I'm telling you right now, to me, it seemed like it held really well. I didn't have any problems with it falling apart or anything like that. So now just place your canvas up on top and place it together the best you can, and then go ahead and press down. Okay, just press down really, really hard and burnish it in the best you can, and it should stick together pretty well. And mine stuck together really well. If you want to use hot glue, then go ahead. And that's the ribbon we're going to be placing around the edges of the canvas to cover up that little separation part. Okay, so now that you have these together, you go ahead and you can decorate this however you'd like. Now, I went ahead and I did use some hot glue to have my stuff stick to the wood, because you have like this little platform that's on the inside now, because it's now kind of 3D. So I went ahead and stuck my stuff on in there, and y'all, looks so cute. I absolutely love the 3D effect that this gave all of the little embellishments that you put inside of this canvas. Now I had this little snow globe I really wanted to stick in here, and what I did is I just grabbed a small piece of chipboard and I folded it in half and stuck it behind there to create kind of like a stand, put glue behind it, and then just stuck it down on there. So the globe is actually kind of standing up a little bit, and that worked perfectly. Next, I grabbed the poinsettias with the Merry Christmas and stuck those in the corners, and I was going to decorate the bottom, but then I thought that would be too much. So sometimes less is more, right? So you kind of have to follow that, rule every once in a while. And I didn't want to like overcrowd it with just a bunch of stuff around it. So I grabbed some of the poinsettias that were left over still that I had in the collection, and then I went ahead and used those. I did finally end up sticking the little stocking up there. I thought that that was super cute. And now I'm just checking the rolls and making sure that they're still stuck down. And next we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our tape again. Okay. And again, if you want to use glue, you can. For me, it just did not work out right. And I decided to use my double back tape. Now, I decided to go ahead and use, I think this is about a 1/4 inch, okay? And so I went ahead and just placed that all around that opened space, okay? So if you have lights, okay, I don't know, you may want to go ahead and leave one side open or maybe not do this, or maybe decorate it a different way, because if you need to replace the lights, you may need to get in there. So I think I have an idea of how we're going to do the lights next time. So when I do one, I will be doing it differently. So once I got the tape all the way around the little canvas, I went ahead and just placed down my ribbon. And I thought this gold ribbon was really pretty. It really brings out the gold in that green color. So pretty. I just absolutely love that paint. So here is one of the little flaps coming off, and this is where I decided to go ahead and place two of them down. Now, you do want to burnish those in really well, okay? And that will help them to stick down and stay down. Again, I just went ahead and checked all of them, making sure that they were all stuck down. And if you have a better way, I mean, the other thing I thought about using was E6000 glue. That would help, or super glue, I guess. And that would help them stick down quite a bit. So if you wanted to use that, you can definitely use that glue too.
Okay, you guys, so we are done with this beautiful little busted canvas. This is the first one I've ever done, and I have to say, I learned some things through the trial of making my first one, and but I think it turned out really nice. And I have to say, I really love putting two of the canvases together. Now you can also do it where you use a little canvas like this and then put like a cardboard or whatever on the back, and then you can do it that way. I think that is a good idea too. I thought maybe we might do another one later. Um, so, but I think that this is such a fun project, and a great way to use your scrapbook papers for a nice decor. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun making this. I might make some for spring, you guys. I mean, I know we're not in Christmas yet, but spring is around the corner for me. I love spring, so I'm already thinking, way ahead. But this is really fun, and I hope that y'all learned some things along with me. And I really like the fact that the glue dots worked better than the actual hot glue. And they seem to be sticking a lot better. I used tape to actually adhere both canvases together. For me, I don't know if it was my hot glue or what it was, but for me, this canvas just wasn't doing well with the hot glue. So the tape and the glue dots were the best for me to use on my canvas. If you use the glue and it works for you, hey, that is great. But for this canvas here, it didn't work for me. And so I might go ahead and try another busted canvas and see if the hot glue works on those. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this, and I hope that you all got some inspiration. Thanks for joining me today. I have the links for you down below, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining me today. Head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop, and please like, subscribe, and comment. And come join me for Friday night live shows, Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.